Good morning, everyone. Das Fran, I see that you are here. Let's make sure we have all the right settings turned on. I think we wait a second. Okay, I'm not hearing Timberborn. Looks like it is supposedly coming through. Hold on just a moment while I troubleshoot. Okay. Okay, hopefully you guys are still hearing it. It's all good for me. I just had to switch my device. But we can get going. So this is episode 5, playing through this new update. We're on cycle 10, day 3. And we have the tube stations fully up and running. We have been developing those. This one is one of the main ones that we're utilizing at the moment. We also have one that goes all the way out to our scrap metal collection over here. And we also have it going to our bad water collection as well. We have 29 free beds. We upgraded our housing in the last episode, so now we have some large barracks. The beavers are enjoying the campfires and the exercise plaza. Let's take a look at their well-being, make sure that they have enough wet fur we could do better on, so probably need to get some swimming pools and showers. I think we need to add some more campfires and rooftop terraces because these 3 are not quite cutting it. Thankfully we have some space over here, so we might as well start placing a few of those down. We have, so we're short on wood and we're short on planks, and then gears we're doing okay. Because we started working on constructing all of this in the last episode. We have some of the bot part factories under here, and then the bot part assemblers. We're going to construct one on top. We are planning on having a lot of other production buildings over here. So we're a little bit short on resources at the moment. We have good amount of trees over here. Unfortunately, a lot of them are not grown up. Looks like we are gonna be waiting a little bit before they grow up. We have our main tree farm over here, and we're doing okay. Some of them should be growing up soon. We are maxed out on pine resin, so we can probably tap into some of these temporarily. So let's mark all of this to be chopped down. And we can also speed up just a little bit. We're doing okay on water. We have all these water pumpers. They are working. We have a lot of berries over here. 13 vacant jobs. 8 incapacitated beavers. Because we added in some dangerous jobs recently. I think that this one is a high chance of injury. So, you know, that's probably going to impact some of our beavers. Looks like we have some of the bot parts that have been constructed. They're in the process of working on all this. Honestly, I think we should lower all of this to be lower on the priority list we can get over here now. So we don't really need to worry about this all being constructed immediately. But we should have them work on getting this constructed. It looks like they should be doing that. We can also bump up these small warehouses because this is where we're going to store the bot parts. We're going to add more power, engines, or batteries to industrial production. Yeah, so what I intend to do, because right now we are running a bit short because I added in these 2 engines, but then we have a bunch of buildings over here. And thankfully we have some space that we can get some more engines constructed. And so we might as well remove these 2 buildings because we're not using them at the moment. And then we can start by adding a steam engine. Let's just make sure before I place it down, because we have the tube station over here. I think I want another tube station somewhere on this side. We can make that on the 2nd level. So I think just getting a couple engines right here, that should be totally doable. Then we gotta make sure we prioritize them by haulers. We're doing good on metal blocks. So we should probably bump those up a little bit. We can pause one of these smelters for now since we have enough metal blocks, but we're short on everything else basically. We are going a little bit down in food. We had about 2,000 in the last episode. Now we're down to 750. And then we're also in the process of making some tunnels over here because we want to get some tubeways going all the way over here. I bet they can't reach it right now, so let's add a couple more paths. Once they get these last few constructed, then we'll be able to tie into this. Oh, I might need to go down one more. Yeah, I think that should be good. And then we're also going this direction so that we can connect into this tube station, detonate this. And you can see we have the tunnels right there. And then we have disconnected this. There we go. 200 kohlrabies can be stored there. But we need to make sure we have enough food, and we are dropping. We have this farm, which we should probably just get that bumped up all the way on the priority list. That way we can get that going. Because the sooner we can plant some crops, the better. Look at that. Okay, a lot of bad water, but we have some planks and gears, which we will want to utilize, hopefully at some point. On the bright side, we have a bunch of berries over here, so worst case scenario, we could just get a few more gatherer flags to get some berries collected, but hopefully it doesn't resort to that. We also have a lot of mangrove fruits over here that are not being picked at the moment. What we could do is replace one of these lumberjack flags with a gatherer flag, and I think we're actually going to do that right now. And then we have these water pumpers. I don't know if we'll actually end up using them, because I do like having this whole area basically set for irrigation and then also for growing the mangrove fruits, or the mangrove trees. And so these just kind of take up space, so I might end up removing those today. Especially considering we're short on wood. And it seems like we have enough water collection. And then once we get these tubes over here, that'll make it a lot easier to get the water into this. So let's just start by removing a couple of these. And then we'll slowly remove some of these. We can even do this one as well. Because we're so short on resources, we can definitely utilize all this. So it's a little bit of an unorthodox time for a live stream. 9 a.m. on a Wednesday. Normally I'd be working, but I have today off. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I don't have to work for another few days, not till next Monday. Do any of you guys have some time off for the holidays? Because there's definitely a few holidays coming up soon. So we also have... Okay, so we're just short on treated planks, it looks like. We are constructing them. Those, I think, yeah, they're all going to this. This will be a job that we'll want to have bots for, that's for sure. But we're also going to need a bunch of science in order to switch it to bots. Because at first, we'll have bots created and then we'll want to toss them into jobs that either require minimal science to switch the job to or no science. And I'm thinking, let's see, typically lumberjack flag is one that I like to go to, but since we don't have enough trees for them to chop down, like these beavers are sitting around, I think it'd kind of be a waste to have a bot in there. Another one would be a water pumper, which that one I think would be better use because we are a little bit short on water at the moment. And they collected all that, so we can continue to remove these, and then we'll just keep collecting it. And I'm hoping that we are getting close. Oh. Okay, so it looks like we have a tunnel here, but we don't need that to be a tunnel. We can just have that as a piece of dynamite. So I really could have done a double instead, but instead we're doing 2 singles to go down. And then they have not started on these tunnels over here, which is fine. I really should plant some more trees, honestly. We have a bunch over here, but we're going through wood pretty quickly. We do have a lot of water over here. And I don't think at this point we will have bad water coming through here. I guess if during a bad tide the water will stop flowing. So if we place some sluices right here, we could prevent the bad water from going this direction. Which I'm kind of liking that idea. So if we go like this, and then we should be able to construct these sluices. And then we have a lot of green space over here that we could utilize. We haven't quite got across. Once we get over here, then it'll be easier to get down to this area. Alternatively, we could just go over and down. Are there, I mean, I guess we could also maximize the space over here. This guy can reach And if we made a couple platforms, this could be used. Let's start by unpausing him. And then just get some birch trees planted down, because we just need wood like right now. So we'll have this guy prioritize birch. And then we have some trees over here. We can also plant some birch. Just trying to see every square inch where we can fit a few extra trees. Oh my gosh, 23 vacant jobs. Did they finish the... Yes, they did. Okay, we're gonna pause this because this will wipe our beaver population out in terms of injuries. Okay, so I think we have not quite started this yet, but we should be able to reach it. You can see the path connects in. So 100 planks. We have no wood and no planks. We have some gears. And then we're doing decent on metal blocks. It looks like we have... Is it really only 1100 power that we're using? Yeah, I think I could pause one of these. Okay, see, then it goes up to 1500 power. Okay, both those on is the way to go. Hello everyone, looks like a few new people joined the stream. Let me know if you guys have seen the previous live streams or if this is your first time. I can give a little background if that'd be helpful for some of you guys. Just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you have seen what we've done leading up to this. I'm hoping we can finish these tunnels soon. We got that. Oh, I think we are all the way. Let's take a look down here. Look at that. So now we just need to remove these paths. Oh, and we can also... We don't need any of these because the dirt will just be held up. So we can go like this. And then let's actually collect all of this. Can they reach? Okay, they can't quite reach. Put that path back down. So we'll get all that times 5. Oh, that's going to be sweet. We have no planks. So getting all this back will be very helpful. And then we can also get rid of these as well. Oh, it's going to be great. Just bump it all up. Seth, you said you watched the last streams, but after first time you've been able to watch live. Oh, so you've seen them after the fact, but now you get to watch today in real time. That's awesome. Yeah, I only started streaming a couple months ago, but it's been great. I like interacting with you guys. Plus, you guys can help spot my mistakes in real time sometimes. Okay, so we have a bunch of these pine trees, or the birch trees planted now. And then a few more just squeezed in where we can fit. We have some space over here. Also, I think that if we lowered this, with the water so close, this would be a great spot to get some more trees. We have 97 dynamite. We're actually doing great on extract. So I think we should probably try working our way up here, get some more green space, and probably also lower all this. Because now we don't have to worry about bad water coming up through the mine. Or sorry, not the mine, through the aquifer drill. So they switched it so this only pulls water. So that makes it a little bit easier. So let's do this. We'll get a couple platforms over here. And then we'll get some stairs. And then all the way across. We'll start by lowering a bunch of this area. Then I also want to lower this, so we need to get another set of stairs. And then we'll need to go in 2 sets of 2 because we have not unlocked triple dynamite yet. But either way, we would take a little bit to get down. And then we'll go single to just get this all to the same level. And then go like this all the way across. So we got plenty of stuff for them to work on if they need something to do. And food is still not great. Thankfully we have these guys. They planted a bunch of kohlrabi and corn. And then I think in the last episode we started processing corn. We have, yeah, so this guy's make corn rations, but he's short on corn. And that's because this has been our corn crop up until now, which is like 15 pieces of corn. So this should help. How long does it take to grow up? It takes 10 days. Oh, that's a while. So it's going to be a bit before we get any of that. Thankfully, this guy, he's collecting some mangrove fruits. We're still dropping though. We have our hydroponic gardens. All sorts of mushrooms. We don't have any raw mushrooms. Yeah, we're pretty short on raw materials. So I think we should get another hydroponic garden set up soon. Now if we can get some overhangs over this, that would be great. Or we could just keep going up for now. That is also an option. So we can just do a spiral staircase going up. We'll place down another 2 hydroponic gardens. I need to do this. I keep forgetting to use this. We can duplicate. So this should help a little bit. It takes planks, gears, and metal blocks. Thankfully there's not too many. Yeah, we're doing okay on gears. Surprisingly, wood and planks are slacking. So I need to probably plant some more trees. I got a few birch, but that's not really a good long-term solution. We have a good amount of green space over here. And then we have some tubes getting us to here. We could always just build down. Get another tube station. It's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. So let's see, where do we want it to be? We have this whole green space. We could probably even utilize this a little bit if we just place a few pieces of dynamite. So we have choices. So I think if we place one like the tube station right here. That should be in a good spot, kind of near the middle. So let's go right along here, and then we'll get that tube station. I think they should be able to build this because from this tubeway they can reach down to do this one and then go up. And then I guess theoretically they would be able to construct this from the side as well. And then I would like to utilize everything on top of here. Looks like we have... Oh my gosh, is it really that? They are so close to being able to reach it. If we get rid of this one irrigation barrier and place a path down, they'll be able to reach it. So we're gonna do that. Okay, now they can reach it. And then we do need to get a forester. So probably over here. Surprise, okay. I guess we'll start with this. And then we'll just place down a bucket of trees. Not mangrove. We'll do some oak trees, because those are the most efficient. Then he will be able to reach all of those, plus some more. Doing great on bad water collection. Food is going ever so slightly up. Looks like we have some more kohlrabi over here. We could probably use another farmhouse. Where do I want to place it? If I shifted, I'd have to get rid of some of these pieces of corn, which might be the play. Or I could build it on top of this. That would be interesting. Look, let's just go for it. Use the overhang. And then these. Yeah. And he can reach everything from here. So we can probably bump that up a little bit. That way we can get some more food. Ooh, and we have all the dynamite placed down. And we can actually detonate that. And so this will open up some space so we can connect everything in. We can just click that. Oh shoot, this doesn't have power. Yikes. Okay, what if... dang it. Let's see, if we go like this, remove that, I think going up, and that should get everything connected in. So let's have them construct that, then we can start getting some bots constructed. And then where do you want to start placing those bots? We have 15 vacant jobs, so clearly we can put them somewhere. I think we have one scavenger flag, one lumberjack flag, and one inventor's hut that are all lowest. So that's 3. Another 10 in the hauling post. And then nothing else. Builder's hut is a little bit lower. So they're pulling from somewhere. Yeah, 16 vacant jobs. Okay, is this builder's hut that they're pulling from? We could always switch one of these to bots. I think it costs 250 science. Hello, we got someone else in the chat. Remind me your name. I know that you said it was something different, but you said live stream in the middle of the week. We should have time to be on for the whole thing. Yeah, I have today off, so I figured I might as well, because I've been enjoying it, and doing it once a week is definitely doable, but if I can do it more, that'd be ideal. So I figured today would be the best time. Casper. Yes. I remember you. Just didn't remember your name. Ooh, but they are getting a lot of this place down now. Yes, I do have bots. Or at least we're in the process of building bots. Okay, they have power now, so they are going to start the long journey of constructing bots. We're doing good on science, 3.9 thousand. We will want to add, I think, some more, or at least one other number cruncher. Thankfully, we have some space over here, so we could probably do I squeeze one in right on the back side and then add another engine because we will need another engine. Because they take 500 power and this is only 200. So if we got one more engine, we would have an extra 100 we could use from here. So that would be sweet. Let's place down these and then we'll get another number cruncher. Oh, because of the path. But we can bump all this to lowest priority because we do not need this at the moment. And then we'll do the... Ooh, what we could do... Because we have water flowing through here. Oh my goodness, what the heck? Oh, we don't want that. We want it to just be open. That is funny. Okay, well, a little bit of flooding. I didn't intend for them to be closed. I just don't want the water to back up. There we go. Looks like there was a little bit of water going this way. You have to leave in 20 minutes because you have to write an essay for school. I think it's probably a good priority to do school than watch a live stream of Timberborn. So, good job getting your priorities straight. Sethy said, do I have bot fuel power ready? I do not. We have everything unlocked because we're using the iron teeth, so we have chargers instead of oh, what is it? Biofuel, and I'm blanking on the other one. But for them, it's going to be charging stations. And I do remember in the One Pod Challenge, we had a massive charging station network. So we'll need to start adding these in somewhere. Well, really we'll need to add them into a few places, because it depends on where the bots are working. We have a spot right here. We'll drop that down. I'm just going to sprinkle in one charger, like in a few places. So we'll get one somewhere over here. And that'll be lower. And then we'll need one over here probably. We can't really connect into this because that is powering this completely. Although I guess well, yeah, we don't really want to tap into that one. We do have some areas we could, I guess, try to capture some of the power from the water and from the bad water. We should also probably have some power around here. But before we do anything else, we have 129 planks, 44 logs, and then we have to connect in these tube ways, the tube stations. And we have a drought approaching. Let's do this. Going to remove all of this. And then we can start placing down some tubes. And then we'll just go all the way over here. And then we can go up. I think, let's see, are we done over here as well? Look at that. We're set. We can get rid of all these and then make sure we collect them just to get all those planks back. We're doing good on planks, probably because we had to build all these for the tunnels. And then we'll go up, and then once we have, I guess we could do this. And then once we have all that collected, we can add one more. Maybe we'll have them finish this first. I just don't want to trap any beavers in here, because the beavers sometimes do not understand that they're trapping their fellow beavers. Other factions use catalyst. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, catalyst. That's like the bonus fuel. Here the bonus fuel is the control tower and then the punch cards. Right? Wait, no, that's not. That's in that's also for the folktales. Catalyst and punch cards. Here it's grease and a control tower because we have the grease factory. It's cool that there's 2 bonuses for each of them. Ooh, we have our first bot. We're going to toss him in a water pump because it's free and we can definitely utilize him because we only have 2.4 thousand water, which is not really that good. Let's start prioritizing it, and then we can copy settings, have them all prioritized by haulers because they, I'm guessing, are walking all the way down here in order to get the water placed in these tanks. And then if we just build another couple platforms, then this guy should be able to reach here and we can just slowly start planting more trees. I think we'll stick with oak for now. Did they ever make it over here? Okay, so they're just waiting on these last couple tubes. And then this guy will be here. And we could also go across and then have access to all of this. We'll just have some more oak trees planted. I don't think he'll be able to reach all this, but we can just at least make sure we can have as many trees as we can possibly plant selected. Am I planning to make a themed playthrough once, like a giant skyscraper city or Harry Potter with the castles or medieval times theme? Anything like that? A themed playthrough. I haven't thought about doing that. I have my mega builds, which I guess you could call that a theme. Because I'm going for, you know, like one mega monument, basically. But other than that, I have not thought about doing a themed playthrough. But that would be something interesting. I feel like you're kind of limited because like there's not a whole lot of customization you can do because you just have the set decorations. I guess you have the banners. If you uploaded your custom images, you could do something interesting. Yeah, I've been focused on like kind of the challenges that I set for myself for the playthroughs. Like there's one pod challenge, road to 1,000 beavers, road to 500 beavers. That one was like my first challenge and like my first real playthrough. Road to 500 beavers was a lot of fun. Had 13 colonies, hit 500 beavers. Oh, this guy, he's already needing a charge. Let's make sure we bump this up. Just have somewhere for him to charge. I know it takes 50, so that should be fine. Yeah, he's not doing anything now. Are we almost done with all this? Oh no, probably not. Yeah, we're slowly going over. We have this one. Let's get one more. Prioritize that, and then we can also have the rest filled in here. But they won't be able to construct that. I guess they have these ones, so they can go down and backwards. We are not doing great on food. We have still 17 vacant jobs. We probably want to add another breeding pod, but the thing is that we don't have enough food right now to even, we barely have enough food to support the current amount of beavers, so realistically, we don't want to add more beavers at the moment. We got to get our food situation sorted out. Which we have some more over here. Plus we added a couple more of these hydroponic gardens. But I think we still need probably another major farm. And up here would be a good spot. Especially once we tap into these aquifer drills. And we'll have some water coming through here. Push the bad water out. That'd actually be pretty cool, because we could, if we dammed this up, which wouldn't be too hard, we just need to place a few, dirt blocks or levees here. And then if we place some sluices right here pointing this direction, so the water would come out through here. Yeah, and funnel through here and then fill this up. That would be a permanent lake. We obviously need to make sure we dam this up just in case. I don't think that we would have, yeah, because it would flood over here before it flooded up this way. So we'd probably be fine. Corn is a superfood. Just need to get it going. Yeah, we have some I'm all turned around. Yeah, we have a good amount of corn planted over here, I feel like. But it just takes a while to grow up. So once it is grown, then that should help out with the food situation. Because it's, was it like 1 to 5? 1 corn plus 0.1 wood is 5 corn rations. I see we have eggplants as well. 1 eggplant, 1 canola oil, plus 0.1 wood is 6 corn ration. That's pretty good. Same with algae. We have not planted any eggplants yet. Probably should do that. I think when we get the farmhouse up here, then we can plant some more corn and eggplants. Also, I really should just fill this spot out. Thought I was going to do something here, but I have not done it yet. Although maybe we don't do these two, because we'll probably add some breeding pods there soon. Ooh, we have some birch trees. We have a few birch trees. And we have no lumberjack flags over here. Okay, so he planted these. We don't need access over here at the moment, which means we'll add in a lumberjack flag. We have another bot who needs a job. Let's just start moving them into these water pumpers. Yeah, we're going down in water. That is no bueno. Let's get this tubeway. This tuber's up and running. Oh. And it's a drought. 9 days. I'm not loving that. Unfortunately, we need to pause all of these for now. Let's see how this goes. We only have a little over 2,000 water. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Thankfully, everything over here can survive without water. So if we're getting to the end, or we're clearly trending way down and we're not going to make it, we can just pump this water out. All this will start to die, but it normally takes like 10 days or something, or 12 days before the trees or the blueberries will dry out. So we have kind of a buffer with this whole area being irrigated. See, Casper, you said you've enjoyed the live streams, conversations are nice, and watching playthrough is also cool. But you have to go. That is totally fine. It's a Wednesday. A lot of people work today, so glad you can make it. Looks like Sand Artist, you are here. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. We're about, oh my gosh, it's almost been an hour already. That is kind of nuts. We have 2 bots who need a job now. Let's toss a bot in here. He can help chop some trees down. Well, I think he'll run out of work pretty quickly. We can... Let's see. Ooh, we got some trees over here. Let's switch this to bots. He can help chop some of those trees down. They'll probably get some more bots soon. But we do have... Okay, so we have 3 vacancies. These guys are sitting around, so that means that they don't have anything to do. Oh, I know what we're doing. We're switching these to bots. Bumping it up. Switching these back to beavers. Did I bump that up? Oh. It costs science. Well, I think that's fine. 500 science, we had over 5,000, so that's totally worth it. Now we only have 1 job that's vacant. I guess our beaver population is, well, Part of it is that we have all these water pumpers paused. You're multitasking while you work, sand artist. Understandable. Yeah, I have today off, so clearly since I'm live streaming. Let's add in those last few, and then that is going to be very helpful. Although we do need to make sure... Okay, so we're very close. We only have 4 more tubes to place down, and then these 6 tubes. 7 tubes. We'll be set. We're only a day in. We dropped like 400 water. That is not good. I think we'll need to unpause. We'll start with 1. We'll just try and get a little bit of water. It'll be very efficient because he can just drop it off right here since this will not be maxed out. Looks like wood is going up now. Food is also going up. Still pretty short on planks. But we're also putting a bucket of planks into all this. Yeah, so they're just short on materials, it seems. Oh, they probably can't reach everything. Okay, we'll start with that. Scrap metal we're doing not the best on. We're collecting it. This, oh, it's only 1,000 science. That's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be more. We could always move some bots in here, because we have another bot who needs a job. You know, I think we do that. We have this, because right now we're not even using it. So we might as well use it. It's okay that we're missing a lot of bots over here. We have extract and treated planks that they use. We do have some treated planks. We have a good amount of extract. And then we'll use that to produce scrap metal. We'll need to make sure we have enough production for both of those. We have a wood workshop. We'll probably need to start adding some more of these jobs. We have some space back here that we can add some of these longer buildings. Metal blocks will also... Ooh, let's just do this. We'll unpause that. Because we only have, you know, 1 or 2 vacancies. And then... yeah. We'll stick with that for now. And then let's take a look. 1.8 thousand water. We didn't drop that much water, which is good. But then again, we also are probably going to drop a lot right now. Maybe not. We are short on explosives, it looks like. Are we short on bad water? No, we're not. 640. We're doing good on bad water. It's just this job. Where is it? It's right under here. 2,000 science. That'd be a good one to have bots work in. But soon we can connect all this in. So we don't actually have to utilize all the space up here quite yet. Still short on planks. Planks are the limiting factor. We can always throw bots in there for free. In fact, I think what we'll do... for now, we're gonna make... we'll make this lower. And since we only have 3 bots, the other 2 are in the farmhouse. Extra bots will go into here. once we have another 1 or 2 bots, we'll switch a couple of them to the lumber mill because it's free and we're short on planks and we have enough wood at the moment. So we'll wait just a little bit and then we can do that. So if we just... Oh, he's out of energy. Oh my gosh. Unemployed. So the nearest charging station. Ooh. That's not good. I think I need to add in... Okay, let's do this. We'll add in some floodgates. Oh, we don't even need to add these. What am I doing? I wonder if the interactions are weird with it being directly next to it. I don't really want to find out. So let's do this. We'll add one platform. I think we should be able to reach everything. So we'll be able to reach those two. This one we can reach once we place this down. And then we'll set these up to 0.75. And we can also... Oh wait. I don't want to flood this, or I don't want to drain this because that's providing for all the crops. What we could do, we don't really need this. We can remove this one because we have these closed. Nope, hold up. Close all those. So we'll drain this. That'll give us some water over here. And then we can just place down a floodgate, except we can't reach it. Well, we will be able to if we do this. Look at that, we have a little bit of extra water. Help some of these trees grow for a short while. I have a few injured beavers and some unfilled jobs. I'm just waiting for them to get better before filling the vacant jobs. So we have 3 unemployed beavers. We have 9 vacant jobs for the bots, which are all currently contained in this efficient mine. So I'm not too worried about those. But we do have some unemployed beavers. So, what should I do? We can always add in another, I guess, bad water pumper. Might as well do that. In fact, we can have 2. This one's not as important though. We have these guys who are harvesting the crops. $1,200 water. Oh no, that is not good. We gotta pump all the water we can. We're gonna unfortunately have to pump this dry, and then we might need to pump this at the end. So, we did not pump enough water in the last wet season. I don't even know if we really even gained any. But on the bright side, I think why we were so short on water is because we had these 2 water tanks, and these were our main pumpers, but then those filled up immediately, and so then they had to spend all their time walking over here. Now we have the tube station that goes underground, connects in, so that's going to drastically reduce how much time it takes for them to get over here. On top of that, I think it's probably worth getting some more water storage set up over here, especially considering we have 6 hydroponic gardens now. Ooh, we had the dynamite, we can detonate that. But we're short on planks and gears at the moment, so I don't think we're going to construct any extra storage quite yet. How is this guy sitting around? Was he waiting for the hauler to come grab it? He might have been. We do have more food. So food's going up, that is good news. Doing great on logs. But I am a little worried about the water. Worst case scenario, we'll have to pump from here. I don't know how long mangroves go before they die. Do any of you guys know? Seth, these are the hydroponic gardens consume quite a bit of water. You are absolutely right. If you don't plan for it, it can devastate you, and I might not have planned for it. But yeah, how long does it take before these mangrove trees will die if they're not touching water? Because if it's like a day, I'm going to leave this off. But if it's like 3 days, then once we hit the 3-day mark, I'm going to start pumping. Because we're down to just over 1,000 water, which is basically half of what we started out with. And we're only 4 days into the 9-day drought, so it's a little concerning. But we do have more logs, and we have some space over here. And at the very beginning, I noticed that we needed some more campfires, so we have those. We can also unpause this. Now that we've constructed everything over here. 6 days for mangroves. Well, then we're gonna unpause this. Because we need water. We're gonna leave that as a beaver. Because he'll be able to fill those up as much as he wants. Okay, we're short on explosives. We have plenty of bad water. How are we doing on power? Ooh, that is... What the heck? Why is it so short on power? Oh, we're not... Okay, well... Need to prioritize this by haulers. Oh yeah, I forgot they changed the recipe, so now it consumes water and logs. Because this is just, the geothermal engine is just based on the geothermal vent. And now the steam engine requires logs and water. Yeah, okay, so now we're getting 95% of the power that we need. That is fine. We have this charging station. How are we doing on power? Ooh, we're up. We need a little bit more. Another engine. So we'll add one back here. We have this whole side we could use. For now, I think we'll just add one. Keep it simple. Like this. We'll let them construct it as they can. I'm seriously tempted to switch this. 2,000 science, so it's a lot of science. We don't really need it. Ooh, they are starting to construct this number cruncher. We are short on gears once again. We're doing good on planks though, which is excellent. It's 1,000 to switch gear workshop to bots. At a certain point, once we get enough bots and we can throw them all into these production buildings, the limiting factor becomes wood and scrap metal and then bad water. Because those are like the base materials, I guess you could say. Well, I do have some more trees getting planted over here. That's good. 500 to switch that to bots. Okay, let's see. 4 days left, just under 1,000 water, so we only dropped a couple hundred since we turned this on. And then we also have these still going, but they are just about done. Oh, so we have all this water over here. I guess that'll keep irrigating some of this, because obviously the water can't flow back through the sluice. But yeah, we are just about done. So we'll just pause all these guys. Check to make sure all engines are prioritized by haulers. Can I do that through like the jobs thingamadoo? We have storage power. There we go. Oh, so I have not actually used this before. So we have okay, let's see, we have, can I look at aquifer drill? Oh, that's not even, this is just a random one. Okay, so we have this, and then power output. We have both of those. They're prioritized by haulers. You cannot prioritize that by haulers. That doesn't need to be. Okay, look, we're looking for the power output ones. Prioritized. Output. Output, prioritized. It is off. Oh, okay, so it turns off because it knows that this isn't drilling. Power output, both of these are prioritized by haulers. Same with these two. Cool. I did not know that was even a tab. What are the other ones? We have, whoa, well-being. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you can see the medical beds are being used. Exercise plaza, double shower, charging station. This one is being very popular. Have some campfires. Rooftop terraces, they all peak right after work. Scratcher, same. Teeth grindstone, we haven't used that too much. $497, 500 water. 3 days left. We're switching this to bots. We gotta pump all the water we can. So it's gonna be interesting this this next go around. We're gonna get as much water as we can. We have 2 jobs that will both be bots, and then they're prioritized by haulers. We'll do the same, and then copy settings over to these 2. just finish this last one, then we can detonate this. It's gonna be close. I think we'll have enough to survive. I think. But overall, we're going up in planks. Wood is looking good. Food's going up, which is excellent. Doing good on treated planks. Pine resin's still good. I can probably unmark some of these. We'll keep these ones marked for now. Yeah, we're just, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm just waiting for this draft to be over. We finished all this, let's detonate it. Can remove those. Then we'll get some more pieces of dynamite placed down. We can always connect these in when we need. Right now I'm not seeing a whole lot that I want to change at the moment. Maybe some more gear workshops would be good. Oh my gosh, we have 7 beavers who need a job. But we also have some jobs we can move over here. But we are going to be making bots. I mean, we are making bots. As we get more bots, we'll have, I guess, fewer jobs for the beavers, but we're going to start with the dangerous jobs for sure. Looks like we had a few more people join the stream. Welcome everyone to the stream before Thanksgiving. I am on Thanksgiving break for the long weekend now. Any of you guys doing anything fun for Thanksgiving? My wife and I are going to do Friendsgiving with a few friends in town. We have some campfires. I think I should add some more rooftop terraces. Should probably add some more decorations as well. We have 100 water. 2 days left. Oh man. This is gonna be close. That's for dang sure. Oh my gosh, everyone's thirsty. Just power through beavers. Okay, this is gonna be drained. Oh man. Then all our power is going to stop because we won't have any water for the engines. Oh man. 11 water. We're just going to be running on fumes. That is all we're going to be doing. St. Darcy said your family and you, just the 3 of you. Sometimes that's kind of, sometimes those are the best ones. A little bit more low key. I've had some big Thanksgivings. And there's, you know, pros and cons to both. This one for me is going to be a little bit more low key as well, which is nice because we actually, this last weekend we just moved most of our big items to the house, so I've been staying in my new house the last 4 or 5 nights. So low key for us is good this year. Oh man, we're at 2 water. Yeah. Yeah, luckily the beavers can go a few days without water. So we'll be okay. It's just seeing everyone with the water symbol above their head. Not great. We are going to just preemptively unpause a few of them. Just as the water, you know, we still have a day and a half, but when the water comes out, we just want to get as much of it as possible. We'll need to unpause the rest of these when the drought ends. This guy is pumping all he can. Surprised, I thought we would have run out earlier, but we still got a little bit of water left. Yeah, we're not doing Friendsgiving at our house. It's a mess right now. We're doing it at our friend's place, which they were totally understanding. But yeah, it is pretty exciting. So. No water, 1.6 thousand food. We're doing good on other resources. But unfortunately that main one, that one is a little bit lacking. Oh man. Everyone's thirsty. But this guy, is he charging? Okay, now he's pumping. Enjoying my morning coffee. Oh my gosh. All the beavers, they just need water. Okay, so we have 182 pieces of dynamite that are lacking the dynamite. Saffron, remind me, what's your name? What should I call you? I feel like you said something in a previous stream, but I can't remember. But I see that you said, yeah, hydroponic gardens take a lot of water. They are running out of water. Yes. We are speeding up. I don't want to... They're just beavers everywhere who need water. This guy's pumping. We're gonna make sure we get enough during the next wet season. I think the tube station will help a lot. Plus we have all these prioritized by haulers now. And we have a good amount of resources. So I think it's worth building a few more, at least a couple more of these water pumps. Oh, we can just do this. Duplicate. Okay, literally every beaver is thirsty now. Minus 10, so their well-being is dropped, yeah, 10 points. Somehow this thing still has water. Okay, now we have a bunch of buildings that are going to be short on power. Okay, let's unpause all of these. But now, if Okay, thankfully this... Okay, the drought's over. Thankfully this has a little bit of water so that we can get some... Sorry, yeah, it has water so we can get power to pull the water up. It's going to be not quite as efficient, but at least we're getting something. And now the water's returning. All the beavers will get to pumping very shortly. Oh, that's a kind of fatal flaw. This requires water to pump the water, and we get the water from that. That is not good. I mean, that means that we just like always need to have water. So that means we can never really get rid of this one, because this is the only one that doesn't require water to get the water. Okay, good to know. We will literally never get rid of this one. But now we have some water returning. It's Pump City now. Hopefully by the end of the day we'll have the beavers not dying of dehydration. We have 400 power. Oh, we have no power. We have no power in that system. It'll take a little... I mean, it'll probably take more than a day for us to bounce back, which is okay. Man, water really is just like the source of everything, because even the bots, they require power to be charged up, and the power is, you know, stems from these engines for a lot of it. Would it make sense to have a water pumper, the aquifer, and number cruncher? I mean, we could do that over here. I don't want it to be in this one because that irrigates these crops, and so I don't want to, you know, pull from this, especially during a drought or bad tide, because then, you know, these start dying way faster than the trees do, or blueberries. We could put one over here, but then we just need to make more storage over here. I mean, they can always go, you know, through the tube network and drop it up here. But we have everything going on over here. You know, we could decentralize it a little bit. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Everyone is still thirsty. We'll just keep pumping. I'm gonna lower this all the way. Try and get some water back into this. Oh, and the bots are not going to be charging. Yep, because we're still short on water. Okay, at least these two are highest priority, so there's any of the bots that are working can hop in here. Let's remove this and then add in another pumper. Just copy this. What the heck? He just started removing it and then didn't finish it. And now... Thanks, Das Fran. Glad you could stop by. Okay, we have one bot who is working because everyone else is not charged. But we're starting to get some water. So as soon as it can start giving some back, then we'll be in an okay spot. We have all of this we can detonate. Okay, so this today's episode did not go how I was expecting. I didn't really think we were going to have a water issue with all the water storage, but it was an efficiency problem with the pumping and then getting the water to the storage. That being said, we need to get some more storage up here. I think we should lower this. This is a little bit more immediately available or accessible. This is on the back side, which we do have. Oh, did I miss this one? I missed this one piece of dynamite. Let's just get that one prioritized. Then we can detonate this. But yeah, we need more storage over here. And I think we actually have the perfect spot. We place just a few platforms, and then in terms of storage, so we're still short on gears, but we have a good amount of planks and metal blocks. And then we are starting to get some more bots. Looks like we have some power in these systems. Food we're going up in. It's mainly mangrove fruits, fermented cassavas, and kohlrabi. So we don't have enough soybeans, fermented mushrooms, corn. So we got some stuff we could add. I think that it's worth switching one of these to bots. Now we have a few other jobs we can shift some bots into. Ooh, that's normal. Let's see, we have 6 jobs. Yeah, because we have... So we'll switch this to beavers for now. Because we have 3 water pumpers that are all highest priority in bots. And then we have a farmhouse, which is kind of high on the priority list. Also bots. And then this job, which is the bulk of the bot jobs, is lower. And we do have one in there. We're doing okay on scrap metal, but at some point we will need to start filling this up more. Okay, we're going up in water. We have over 200 now, which is good news. So now I'm hoping to see that number start going up fairly quickly, since we don't have a lot of thirsty beavers in there. Efficiency for work is hopefully better. I would like to get some chargers around the colony, because right now we have one charger over here, and then I set up another one over here. I really want to get one probably around here. Unfortunately, this is the only engine. One thing one of you guys mentioned about utilizing power from the bad water. I think I want to have... Oh my goodness. What the heck is happening? Oh, this is closed. We can open that again. Let's close this. Have some water over here. So with the issue of we can't extract water from the ground with the aquifer unless we have water to power these engines. If we can utilize power from here to power the system as well, that means that we will be able to get access to water other than just this one. So Seth, you asked if it made sense to pump over here. I think what I want to do is I could either pump from up here, basically just to have a pump that could get some water, and if we pump through this system in here, like this is a really small area. The point wouldn't be to pump during a drought or bad tide, but just get access to water in general. And then this aquifer obviously would be powered by these two engines, but it could also get some power from here. So if we do end up in the situation where we have no water again, and then the engines aren't turning on, we can just use some of the power from this bad water, powering the water wheels to get this aquifer drill running. It'll pull some water up. We'll have a few pumpers over here. They can pump the water that can be used for these engines and then keep this going. So that's kind of my thought process. We have plenty of wood right now. We have all these. We have this like whole little channel. If we get a large water wheel, we would need to build it up. It's 3 wide. But in terms of power, 540 versus 120. So this is just way more efficient. But we also don't need to keep it 3 wide. We can neck it down to 2. So let's start like this. We'll do 2. And then we can go with a large water wheel. You know what we could do? We could fit another one if we shift it over just a little bit. So let's go like this. Okay, we're necking it down to 1 right here if we do this. Oh, we can't do that. Just kidding. We're shifted over. Another 1. And then we can fit 1 right here. We just need to we'll probably want to go like this. So we'll temporarily place this over here. Oh, we do need a path set up, otherwise I can't reach anything. So we'll neck it down to 2, and then we'll get a large water wheel placed right here at some point. And then we'll want to connect all this in. So we can start with the power shafts. And then we'll just keep going this way. I don't think we want to remove this. We might be able to, because we don't need to get up here. We have the tubes, which maybe we'll probably want to utilize these tubes and connect it to another tube station somewhere over here at some point. Sanders, you said, it's not exactly a farming friendly map. Suggest once water is under control, some irrigation farms. Irrigation farms. I think that is a good idea. I want to have a farm up here. And I did mention, that was probably a couple episodes ago. But yeah, if we block this off, and then eventually we can tap into these two aquifers. And then we'll have it come up, and then I think probably want to dam this up, and then the water will go this way. But until then, I think if we do a little grid right here, and then we'll have all this green space. We're doing good on food right now, but might as well get ahead of it. I do have the groundwork for getting some tubes set up. So we'll start placing those. And then I want to go this direction. Okay, let's see. Let's disconnect this path and then place down some dynamite. And then we'll go across this way. I think we'll need to temporarily sever this connection, unfortunately. I'll wait to do that until I know how far across I need to go. We'll have an overhang going over here. This will be a T-intersection for the tubes. And then we can actually, if we tunnel underneath, we don't need to worry about disconnecting the path over here. So we're gonna do that. So we have the tunnel. I'm gonna go down. And then we can just go one more down with the dynamite. And then I don't think they can reach everything. So we'll, oh dang. I guess what we could do is we can go down here. Make some stairs going down. Yeah, I think that'll be our best bet. So this will be in the process of getting us up here in order to, wait, I want to flip that. We have this space, might as well utilize it. If we want to maximize crop space, we honestly would just go like this. Oh wait, I want to do this. I want to make sure that under no circumstances, no, that's not matching. Under no circumstances do I want water from up here or bad water to come down and flood anything. So we'll just make sure that that is the case. Oh, well, I can't connect in. Guess we can do that. But we can still maximize space over here. And then I think we'll do the levees across here. And then we'll go like this as well. That should give us plenty of space. Then we just need to place down, ooh, we can do some of the farmhouses on here. Plus we can also do the fluid dump. So let's see, we can walk along here. Or we could do this. We can fit, because we'll have a few farmhouses over here. Maybe we'll flip it like this. Let's make sure we connect everything in. And then we can get a fluid dump placed right here. Not a fluid pump, fluid dump. And then let's just initially plant some crops. Get some corn. As Seth says, the superfood. Let's make plants. And then if we just go over this way, then they can reach it. And then, let's see. Seth, you said, am I protected from bad tide at the water source near the same aquifer? Same aquifer. So you sent that a while ago. Which one do you mean? So we have our main one in the middle that we have these irrigation barriers placed around. They did change it so now the aquifer drills do not produce bad water during a bad tide unless there was a second update. Maybe they updated it again, but from the initial launch of this update, when these did spawn bad water during a bad tide, they changed it so now it doesn't. So this area is fine for like during a bad tide. Same with this drill over here, because this one, you know, won't produce any bad water during a bad tide. The one near the number cruncher. Yeah, so that one, yeah, so we're going to be fine during a bad tide because it won't pull any bad water up. Yeah, and if there was a second, because they had the initial Timberborn 1.0 update, then they made some balance changes. If there's a second round of balance changes, and they went back on their first round, then that'll change things, but I don't think that they did. At least I haven't seen anything since then. I'm going to read. Okay, I wonder if you guys can actually hear. Okay. Yeah, it's looking through Steam. No sparkling trees. Because when Timberborn 1.0 launched, it said a few patch notes, that wasn't much change. So that, yeah, they now have the water seep, which is different, obviously, than the bad water seep. I'm not seeing anything. So they changed the aquifers in the bad tide drains. Aquifers now only produce water and only do so during temperate weather. Also means drills no longer consume power during droughts or bad tides. And then, yeah. And then they had like a merch store they released. Isn't there a water source for the stream under the aquifer? You mean right here. No, so this one, we have these, the blockage, but this is all from this water source right here. So this one's fine. We'll be okay during a bad tide. The only water sources, I think this is it, is this water seep. Because everything else, Yeah, it's just this main water seep, and then everything else is just aquifers. So we're producing two of the like we're manually powering 2 of the 3 water sources right now, and then since 2 of those are aquifers, they're immune to bad tides. Okay, Sanders, you said a lot of things. You said it looks good, hard balancing the present and also planning for the future. Yeah, definitely true. Like, look at, we're doing great on planks now. So let's pause a couple of those, and then like remove all the routing levees and sluices near the number cruncher. Yeah, we have this because I initially set this up because I intended for this to be the bad water diversion system. That was before they made the balance changes. We still want these ones, obviously, because we don't want bad water going backwards. These ones are not exactly necessary. I do want to keep these ones because if we end up pumping here, I don't want water leaving this system. So let's pump that up 0.85. So we could get rid of these ones. We don't need them exactly. I have... Wait, I never built another engine. We could do one right here. Let's go another engine. Because right now this is all running at less than optimal efficiency. So now we have this space. We could pump some water. And then we also have... We probably want to get some storage up here. So we'll start with 1. And then we can go... Yeah, I think we can just do a couple. Well, let's actually switch these. So it's like this. And then all these, I think we just want water pumpers as highest priority. Oh, you thought the blockage was a source? Hey, don't apologize. It visually looks just like a source does. It's that weird rock looking thing. So, understandable how you confused it. Also, I've flooded this a few times, so water's been going on both sides. So it makes sense how that could be confusing. But I do like the idea of pumping over here. We do have... Look at that. Okay, so we have this one set up. Let's get... I don't know why I didn't connect this in. So now we can just start getting rid of these. Make sure we... Oh, we added plank storage? That's funny. Okay, so we'll remove both of these. And then we'll just try and push... Oh, dang it. We do this. This is not working out. Oh my gosh. Cool. I got it all. It just took a lot of random blocks. Jayshawn, welcome to the stream. What the heck? And there's still frickin'... Oh no, I removed... Oh, dang it. I removed the frickin' levees that I intended to place down. Lovely. Okay, well I just get to do this all over again. Okay, that was very inefficient. Bump all this up to collect. Okay. We're on day 8. We have 2.2 thousand water, so that is good news. Jishan, you missed it. We ran out of water completely during the last drought. And the beavers were all dying of dehydration, but we're okay now. Big thing is we have this tube station connected to this one via some underground tubeways. So we have this one right here, and then it goes underneath and connects in. So much more efficient getting the beavers from here over to the water storage. We also have some more water storage we added. And so they can pump the water into here and then also fill this one up first. And we are maxed out on mushroom storage. Let's switch this to mushrooms. Gears, we have no gears. Let's get some more storage as well. We'll have one of these set to fermented mushrooms. Don't know what we'll set other ones to. We have no corn storage. Like the underground tubes, Jay Sean. We can build those two very soon. Well, in the meantime, we can start working over here. It'd be nice to use this space. Then it might be a little weird with the water. Well, I guess it'll go... Yeah, that should be fine. So we place it right here. Oh, well, actually... No, that should be fine. Two... So I need to shift over anyways. This will be where it is. So we're going to be utilizing bad water power. We'll get this constructed over here soon. And then we'll have one placed right up here. Which for that one we could use a platform. Doesn't need to be on a levee. I could put another wheel in there. Yes. I assume that you're talking about this. See, I'll go like right here. I'll fit one right here. And then I'll probably move this path. And then place one here. But also for now, I don't even necessarily need to do that because we're not even using any of this power at the moment. I will go, this is going to have to be right here. I'm going to move this just a little bit. We'll have the power go like this. And we'll keep going over here. Okay, and then we can go as some platforms. Then we'll do an overhang. And then I think we'll need a 4x1. Oh, we'll have to remove that. We don't need to get down here at the moment, so it's okay. go like this. And then to make it easier for us to construct, actually we don't need to worry about this, because we'll place all of this and they'll have access to get these constructed. If I had a reservoir, no thirst farming. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Yeah, the problem with this one is that there's not that much elevation that we can utilize. I mean, there's some, but it's just like, yeah, that would be a good project to work on. Maybe we could do something cool. What we could do, because right now all this water is just like flowing out. What I actually would like to do, because I wanted to lower all this. In fact, okay, so we are still short on explosives. I think we're going to switch this to bots. And then we also, so everything over here is constructed. I am going to add in some more buildings. Specifically, let's go with 2 more explosives factories. Let's also be intelligent about the layout. So we'll need to add some engines, because right now this is... Oh, I didn't prioritize this one. So this one... Okay, I'm gonna also work on this, because it looks like we... Oh, we're just still short on explosives. So we have 800 power in here, and we're using 800. This one, we're not actually even producing enough power, because this is not prioritized. So once we connect this in, we'll need to get more power either way. We have some space over here. If we do some underground power connections, pump that up. And then we can go... Explosives factory would be on this side, I think. I think that'll make sense, because we'll go 1, 2, and then on top we can build another one. Where do we want to have an engine? Would it make more sense to have engines over here? We still have a lot of space on this backside. So we're not using this at the moment. I might want to shift this over also. Okay, we're going to scrap this whole idea. So I want to use all this space if I can. And I think I can. Okay, let's see. What do you guys say? I could dynamite out a big hole and then tunnel from a lower source to put it under pressure to fill up a reservoir. Tunnel from a lower source. Put it under pressure to fill up a reservoir. Yeah, I think a reservoir is feasible. Okay, so many things going on. We'll put a pause on this because Wait, what was... Oh, this was going up to... Okay, one thing at a time. I'm getting so distracted. Let's focus on getting dynamite because we need dynamite. We can put an explosives factory right here. Let's get rid of this pile. We don't need that. We can do some rearranging. This will be a good spot to get a charging station set up. So let's set one of those right here. And then for now we can just connect everything back in. Set this to bots. And then we have 2 more spaces we can put stuff. We're still short on gears, so I think we'll need to get another gear workshop. And then if I want to get back here, what's the best way to do that? Going around this side, very reasonable. We can also get some stairs coming down here, if this might be the fastest route. Or we could just place another tube station right here. Seems like kind of a waste with it being so close. Going across. We could use this spot for storage because I think that we have enough space to utilize for buildings on this side. So this will be some storage. And then, I mean, we could even just do, ooh, look at this. Where the heck? Okay, so that underground. They can already get right up here. That's fine. Okay, so we're starting with this. We're not worrying about dynamiting over here. We can just get a second explosives factory. We're short on gears. We have plenty of this. When this, I mean we have plenty of planks. Wood is dropping a little bit. We'll come back to that. So for the reservoir over here, if we lowered all this and then have a little channel over here, and then I really like utilizing natural valleys for reservoirs. So we have this whole area. If I put some levees across and then maybe built it up on the side a little bit, and then around here, we could get a good amount of water stored. That way we wouldn't have all the water just flowing out through here and just being wasted. So that is something that I could definitely look into. At the very least, I do want to lower all this. Okay, and then Jay Sean, you asked how we got a stream in the middle of the week. So I have today off. So my wife's at work, and I'll stream again on Saturday, which I've really been enjoying those Saturday morning streams, but I figured I have some time, and I've just been itching to stream more. So this is what I'm doing. And we just hit 2 hours. I'll probably go for a little bit longer. So it's 11 o'clock Eastern time. Maybe another 30 to 60 minutes. But then I'll need to hop off and probably do some work around the house and have some food. Sanders, you said like the river I was just speaking about and reroute it. Yes. Yeah, this one right here. I can move that over here to naturally fill this up. And then you said remove the blockages and have 2 sources feeding it. That is true. We could just, yeah, have the water from here also feed in. Which alternatively, or I guess not alternatively, but in addition to, if we build this up and then we decide that we also want to store even more water, we can build a higher level and then use the mechanical fluid pump. Oh my, they bumped the max depth up to 8. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is huge. That is 8 tiles deep. So it used to be 6, because that's what this is. This one is 6. That is 8. This one is 6. That's nuts. So we could really max out how much water we store. So that is also an option. Okay, let's see. We are working on gears. We're short on gears. We're gonna throw a bunch of bots into the gears. 9 vacancies, that means that they all should be in scrap metal. Oh, these guys are done. So that means now our only source of scrap metal is here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. This is going to be dropping probably fairly quickly. So extract 700, treated planks, we're maxed out. So that is good that we have a good amount of treated planks. We should probably get even more storage, that way we can basically get a surplus leading up to when we ramp up production. So let's get some more storage. And then we'll have that. Let's make sure we prioritize all of this. That's what she said? Oh gosh. I don't even know what I said. We have 9 beavers who are unemployed. I think we can switch these back to beavers because we have 3.4 thousand water, and we have excuse me, we haven't even had an announcement of the upcoming event, so we still have time. And what else can we do over here? I think we could probably switch. I do like having bots over here because they can just work around the clock. Okay, somehow this this is where the water's coming through. Oh, because it's higher. That makes sense. 0.9, 0.8. Look at that. We have so many trees. He has done all the planting he can. Just about. Not quite. Let's get some more lumberjacks. So let's get some lumberjacks over here. And then we'll also get some storage over here. We're going to unmark this for planting. Same with this one. Right here. I guess we can go right here as well. We'll probably need to unmark this one as well. I basically just planted as many trees as possible, so if we remove a few of them, that's totally fine. But we do need to mark these to be chopped down. All the way. So that should give us a good amount of wood. We still have space over here we can utilize. We also have this area. Ideally, I'd want to put the buildings on top of this little river, but we could also put mangrove fruits if we wanted to. But it's not super high on the priority list because we have a lot of mangrove trees over here that have some mangrove fruits just sitting on them. Oh, 8 tiles deep about the long fluid pump. You funny. How are we doing? Okay, so we have... Ooh, this... Yeah, let's switch that to bots. 7 vacant jobs. All that's in here. What we should do is it takes extract and treated planks. Let's do this. We'll have 1, 2 creative planks. This is going to be obtain, prioritized by haulers. And then this will be set to extract. That should help the efficiency of these guys. And we are maxed out on scrap metal right here, but we can always just add some more storage over here without needing to go to 2 dimensions yet. And then I'm still not used to copying settings, but eventually I'll get it. Food we're doing good on. 2,000. Mangrove fruits we basically maxed out on. Berries we're doing good. Kohlrabi and fermented cassavas we don't have any fermented soybeans, and then we're short on corn rations, and then no mushrooms. He's missing the soybeans. So this up here. So we're waiting on this tube station to get up and running, and then also the tube way down here. So I think we need to bump up some priorities. Let's get these elevated. Then we have a tunnel under here we can pump up. I think either way we're going to remove this and then set an overhang. And then we'll add in that tube again, connect it back up. This is highest. We want to get this done now. And then we can have the tubes go over here. And it looks like we'll be... Oh! Haha! Block them. We can remove this. And then I think we'll need another 6 for that overhang. Oh, well really... I have the tunnels underground, so let's actually remove this. And then remove this one. And then we're going to go down in elevation. So we'll have a 5 instead. And then we go across like this, and that should work. And then I don't know if... I mean, I guess the beavers should be able to... As they build all the tubes going along here, they should be able to reach the tunnels underground, but that means I have to place a tunnel every single time. So instead, we're going to go... like this. I guess I need another one. And then we'll also bump these up. In terms of priority. There we go. Okay, so this should work. Get some platforms face down on top. Jay Shani said new title suggestion for episode 5, The Great Water Famine of episode 5. It's probably a good title. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten decent at, doing YouTube titles and thumbnails, but I basically set up these live stream titles and thumbnails right before I launch it. So I need to get better at making the thumbnail the day before, and then title, figure something out. Actually, I think it's just like episode 5 or update or something like that. So not quite as intriguing as maybe some of the YouTube titles. Well, we do have a drought approaching. We have over almost 4,000 water, so we're doing good there. We learned our lesson. We got to think about bad water, because we have, I mean, we're basically maxed out, but now that we have 3 of these explosives factories, plus we still have the centrifuge, those are going to be taking up a good amount of bad water, especially during a drought. Thankfully we have this little pool. And then we also, let's start connecting this in. And then we'll go over the top. And we can almost connect this in. Will they, so they can't reach this. What we can do, and maybe do it on this side. We might need to do it on both. But either way, we'll get power going across. And they should be able to reach all of this. Oh, let's set this to water. Cool. So let's see. Gotta remove some of these platforms. And then we are not maxed out on platforms now, or on planks. So they should be able to collect that. And then we can get another water wheel placed down. Oh, they can't reach that. Well, I don't care enough about that. Remove and remove. Oh, they can't reach this either. Well, we'll add this in, and then we should be good. Oh, they can't reach this one either. I think they can if we do this. Okay, we got some stuff for them to do. And then the last power shaft right here. Look at that. Cool, so this is just about connected in. Beautiful spaghetti. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Basically just running across here. Yeah, Jay-Sean, you should definitely see the first half of this, because it was day 3. Like, looking back on it, it was day 3 of cycle 10, I think, and we had like 2,000 water. So I wasn't worried. I was like, okay, we have, at the time we had, I think, 8 pumpers over here, 8 or 9, and then I actually got rid of a couple over here, which we don't need this one anymore. We can leave that paused. I wasn't worried about water, and then we just weren't really going up. And I think the big flaw was that we had these 2 maxed out, so we were at like 2,400 water, give or take a little bit. But then the beavers were spending all their time not pumping, but walking the water all the way here. And so, and then all the beavers, I think that they drank from this primarily, which means that these 2 were just sitting full. And so really it was an efficiency thing getting the water over here. Now that we have the tubeways and they're all prioritized by haulers, it's much easier to get water stored over here. Plus we added a third large water tank for storage. And then we also have these hydroponic gardens that use a lot. So that is my Monday morning quarterbacking view of the situation. But of course I didn't realize it quite at the time. It wasn't, I mean, it was a little bit too late. I think it was right before the drought started that I noticed that we were not really going up in water. So, well, we survived by the skin of our teeth. We are short on logs again. Thankfully, oh, we do have some wood that should be growing up soon. I guess not quite as soon as I was hoping. And then let's get a couple, I guess, a couple paths set up. So we are short on wood at the moment. So let's cut some trees down again. We do have a bunch of mangrove fruits, so we're going to tap into this a little bit. That'll help give us a little bit of wood in the meantime. Let's remove this. Okay, he can't reach that much more, but we can at least do that. So on the bright side, food is way better than it was. We were at like 750 for the first probably hour and a half of the stream. But now it's been going up. So we're doing much better. Water has obviously gotten better because it could not get worse. And then we're doing alright on resources. We're a little bit short on wood. A little bit short on gears. Dynamite we're still low. Scrap metal's not dropping too quickly. We are slowly adding in beavers into the efficient mine. And then I think that probably having these are helping. At least I hope so. We got the beavers running the stuff in and out. About to moving the scrap metal out, and then I'm guessing they're gonna go collect some of this. Yep. And they keep on working. That's cool. Oh yeah, I wanted to get more treated planks. We do have another pile. And I think I want to set up another wood workshop over here. Boom boom next to the river. Are there enough medical beds? No, I should be able to do that now. Medical beds. We have 10 incapacitated beavers. 6 beds here. 2. And then I think we might have exactly 10 medical beds. So it's probably worth adding some more. I'm not utilizing all this space over here. Let's get... We're good on planks. So let's get some decorations that could help. Let's also check their well-being. We still need more campfires. Shrubs and lanterns we could probably do better on. If we go up here... We still have 9 vacant beds, but what we're going to do is plan for the future. Yeah, we'll want that. So we're going to go up and get 4 more houses. Well, actually, this is one district. We could expand into multiple districts, but then again, I feel like districts are a little bit less useful now that we have tubes. This is also a fairly big map, so maybe we do another district down the road. But for now, so I'm planning way ahead. This is really excessive, like completely unnecessary. So I'm gonna do it. So we'll have more of these huge barracks, and they'll just keep going up. And then up here we're going to do some well-being stuff. So we'll have some rooftop terraces. And then make sure it's all connected in. And the drought started. Why is this one 5 days? The last one was 9 days when we had no water. Now it's... Okay, whatever. Okay, let's pause this and then just... settings. And let's get a few more decorations up top. We're gonna go... I want to keep it symmetrical, even though it's not exactly necessary. Because like this one applies to both of these houses, but I want it to look the same. And then we'll get a couple braziers right here. Lanterns. And we also have space on top. I don't think I'm going to be going up anymore after that. I can go sideways if I want to. And then we'll get a few more decorations. Some of these bigger ones. Or the more expensive ones. So this will apply. And this will apply. The bell. Wakey wakey. And then a clock. Now we're just shoving stuff up here. So we'll add these in just so we can connect everything. But we could also get some overhangs if we wanted. Okay, I guess I already built it. Do we want to... Like, what would I use the overhangs for? I think for now we're probably fine. I think we're okay. And how did this run out of water immediately? I paused everything. What? Oh no. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Where'd all the water go? I paused all the pumpers. It's a little weird. Let's make this. Give us some more green space. Let's see, you think we should do the water reservoir first? Of course you do. Ran out of water in only 9 days. This guy, he can't quite reach it, but if we add just a couple platforms, I think that should give us a good amount of space to utilize. Ooh, and they've also done this. And then we can also start placing down a bunch of these. So they'll construct that as they can. This is not going to be an incident. We have so much water. We have over 4,000. We had half of that, and it was twice the length of the drought. So we're going to be fine. I just don't know where the water went. Like, I don't think that there's a leak anywhere in this system. Because we have this separated. These are set to 0.8. Yeah, I don't know why this evaporated, but it's not the end of the world. We have these guys over here pumping, but this water elevation staying up, which is what the goal was. We are still short on wood. Some of these are growing up. Okay, so the system is almost connected in. The last step is just to get power right here. And then if you want to get over here, I could always just do some tubes going like across this way. I don't really need to at the moment. We're doing great on bad water. We're basically maxed out. And then, oh, I need to connect this in. So if we lower everything just a little bit, we don't need these platforms. So we can remove these. And then just start adding in some tubes. And then I am going to get rid of this because I want the beavers to not trap themselves. Oh cool, the planks just popped up above. And so they'll be able to construct it through the tube going this direction. And then they'll finish it and then connect into this and then everything will be good. Yeah, I know you guys are kidding with the incident. Yeah, I am still confused. I don't know where the water went, but we already had our incident at the beginning of the episode. I mean, it's not like a RCE level incident where he kills 90% of his beavers, but it was a little nerve-wracking. When is excavation on the roadmap? Yeah, I should... Yeah, I do need to think about getting a dirt excavator. We have 5.6 thousand science. We have a good amount. We don't have... We have plenty of resources. I think probably what I want to do right before getting that set up is get some more bots. Because all these high injury rate jobs, I just want to shove bots in there instead of beavers. Exciting beaver actions. You have all the emojis. But we should get another bot assembler. Let's do that. Unfortunately, these are high injury jobs. Can't click through. Switching this is 5,000 science. We don't really need to switch this yet because we have plenty of beavers, and then also we have more bot parts than we have than we are assembly bots. Just because you guys probably know the ratios, but if you have 3 of these buildings and like bot chassis, each one is set to their own recipe, you would only need 2 of these bot assemblers in order to perfectly match the output of the bot parts. So now that we're getting a second one, we'll have a little bit of a buffer in terms of we're missing limbs. That's probably because limbs require gears. Heads, limbs require gears and planks, but we were short on gears for a while. Yeah, so we only have 1 limb at the moment. Let's prioritize this one by haulers for a little bit. And then we are starting to run low on planks. So we can throw a couple beavers in there. And then I want us to get up here. Hopefully we're getting close. Okay, cool. So they just finished that. So now they're working on getting this constructed. I am going to switch this to be bots. 250 science, no problem. We have enough. Oh wait, so this is... Oh, hold on. Because we have 6 bots in here. There's none in here now, because this is also lower on the priority list. I guess we can leave this as beavers, because we are going to be looking at scrap metal. We're going up a little bit, so maybe we leave it for now, since we have so many beavers who are unemployed. Yeah, the forest can't grow fast enough. Amen. 77%. 79. These ones just aren't growing up. You know what we could do? It's not ideal. Like ideally I want this whole place to irrigate everything. But we can always... Yeah, we could do something a little different. So if we didn't want to worry about pausing these, what we could do is have a little channel that leads to a small grid, have a sluice in here, so that way the water will flow in but won't flow back out. We can leave these guys unpaused, and then the water will fill this up, and then when they pump everything out of here, there's still going to be a little bit of a grid. Can they not reach this? They can. But that would keep all this irrigated even after the water magically vanishes. But we could also not have an issue with this if we set up the reservoir that a certain someone keeps asking for. We should probably move mangrove fruits into the big storage. Thanks for the beaver education, like how I explained. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, because you guys don't know what I'm thinking unless I tell you. And it's like, sometimes I'll just be sitting here processing. It's like, wait a second, let me just like vocalize what I'm thinking. Ooh, we have some trees over here, but they're not marked. And now they are. This guy, so he can reach everything over here. And then this guy, he can reach everything as well. Underground reservoir? You're wild. That'd be nuts. That'd be pretty cool, but that'd be nuts. Yeah, since we have no wooden planks, reservoirs are not something I'm thinking of right now. We have trees. We have some trees. So we have... Oh, we can't even get one log for this. That's funny. Oh, we're going to bump it up. We're going to make sure we get a log. So we're down to 2.9 thousand water. Oh, we're probably having a power issue. Oh gosh. Power input 0. Well, it's 0 also because we have no... Oh. Power input 24. Oh my gosh, it's getting it from this. That is... Wait, power demand is 400. No, supply is 400, demand is 760. Oh, because we only have a few buildings running in during the nighttime. I should probably get some gravity batteries set up. So otherwise we're just dependent on wood. And then I also want to probably set up some sort of supply from water or bad water during the wet season to recharge the batteries. So we got so many things we can do in this. It's a beaver game, you never have enough water for your beaver. I mean, not wrong. Oh, have you guys seen, I think it's like a Disney movie that has beavers in it. I just saw the trailer yesterday, but it looks like basically there's humans and they're trying to communicate with animals, so they make like a beaver. They like build a beaver like in Avatar, and then some girl like avatars into the beaver, and then she can talk to beavers and animals. Honestly, it looks pretty interesting. Like, I feel like the Disney movies lately have been not the best just because they do all these remakes, but this one looks original and interesting. So, comes out next March. Yeah, Beaver Avatar, pretty much. So that one's, yeah, that one, I think I'll probably want to go and see that one in theaters. Because since COVID, I haven't seen a whole lot of movies in theaters. I've seen a few, but I think that one would be worth going to watch. But we have 0.5 days left until the drought is over. This guy's chopping trees down. We might want to add some more lumberjack flags at some point. Once we get more bots, I want to get some in the foresters and then maybe the lumberjacks. You saw the trailer, Jay Sean? You want to see Project Hail Mary? I have not heard of that one. I'll have to take a look after the stream, which we are going to be wrapping up because it's been almost 3 hours and we are nearing the end of the drought. We have 0.3 days left. We managed to barely survive by the skin of our teeth, but the beaver survived, and we've learned our lesson. We're going to focus on water more so in the future, but I think we're in a good spot. Right now I think wood is kind of the big limiting factor, but we're doing our best. We have a huge forest that we planted, and then those trees should be growing up in the next 6 days or so, so that'll be very helpful. And then water's good, bad water's good, food is in a good spot, but then yeah, basically all of our production stems from lack of wood at the moment. So, and unfortunately the bots are suffering because there's no power. Stranded beaver. What the heck? Oh no. Let's save him first. Okay, he'll get out of there. We'll construct that. I guess we'll leave it for now. Okay, buddy. Nap time is over. As soon as this guy leaves, we'll... Okay. He's alive. Thank you for noticing that, Jay Sean. But we are at the end of the drought, starting cycle 12. Thank you everyone for joining. Jay Sean and Sand Artist, looks like you guys are the last ones. But until then, I will see you guys